Burger value basket, please. I would love cheese on that. Yes. I would love cheese on that. Yes. Yeah. Can I do onions and tomato and lettuce and some mayonnaise? Yep. Yes, please, with a medium fry. Can I get a root beer, please? And can I get a cheese cup?
Did somebody say root beer?
And that's it.
And that is the introduction to our featured match of the week. Oh, I thought Jackson would say something. That's awkward.
Yeah. Welcome to Root Beer Fest. This is Abigale versus Austin. What it feels like to drive a Ford F-150 with a bed of flowers in the back.
Type-ish. All right. Well, if you'd like, I have the little recaps of each player. You want to start with Abigale's team here?
Let's start with the Vermillion City Vanillites. You know, Craig, I was in my freezer this morning, and I was so hungry for some ice cream. But I was wondering why there was an aquatic blue rabbit eating my ice cream, and little did I know, it was actually Austin Choi's Azumarill. And I didn't realize they were having a Tuesday night throwdown. So let's take a peek at these little ice cream cones, shall we?
Yeah, they have the throwdown, and we're going to break down these teams, Jackson, as we got the first pick of the entire draft, that Mega Floette, coming in clutch. We're going to be seeing a lot of that as Abigale coming off a 1-0 week. How do we feel about this draft on her side?
You know, she's ready to click the buttons. All I gotta say is, when you see that ice cream cone, you better have that wide guard ready, because holy blizzard, it's about to turn into a Dairy Queen in here. Same with the Floettes. We got LeBron James of Regulation M-B here. We're gonna see him walking through the tunnel with the sunglasses on, and we're gonna see what he's gonna pull out. Maybe a triple double, maybe a point breaker. Who knows?
Yeah, the broom code is up. It's 2080-1511 for anyone who wants to pop on in and watch, as we're gonna make our way towards that featured match. But before we go ahead and do that, let's take a look at what Austin's rocking here. He's got some interesting little lore pieces for him. As you see, he loves being called, I can't say this, I've already used my one. But a little fun fact, everyone gets one to call him what is on the screen.
The one title, the one and only,
Yeah.
Austin Choi.
Redacted Austin Choi. Is a nice little shout out from Darth Morton, aka AJ. I'll let the viewers at home read that for themselves. I couldn't bear to say that live on stream. But let's talk about the team, Jackson. What sticks out to you the most from this team, just off a glance?
Off a glance, I'm really looking at how he puts in his A tier to work this week, as he didn't even bring Dragapult at all last week. So I'm really looking to see if he'll capitalize, although it may be hard for him to even bring it again, as there is another Ice Camp Fairy combo sitting across the field, so it's going to make it hard for him to utilize it still. I think that's another piece I'm very interested in seeing is the Sharno. We didn't get to see it in action last week, but he was typing it up, so I'm wondering if we're going to see it this week, if we're going to see some Billy Drum. Maybe we'll get some train shenanigans. Who knows?
Who knows indeed. Well, our players are about to jump right in, as we're having a few audio technical difficulties. This is what happens when you have 5 different people streaming. Let me bump up the music. Jackson, can we get a shout out to the chat real quick for you?
Hey, chat, welcome. Thanks for all being here tonight. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting HDA, by the way. I appreciate. We literally doubled our people, by the way, from last year, and it's not been easy to juggle everything, but I can't thank you guys enough for playing and putting in the time and commitment. I know it's not easy for the week to week and all the drafts, so I appreciate all your hard effort and wait.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Beautiful words from the commissioner, as we do see that your audio is working as intended. I think we're all set. The players got booted out as per tradition for an IndyVGC event, but I think we're back in and we should be all good to go.
Would you call that a roundabout, Craig?
Ha! No, I wouldn't, because he was talking mad shit about my Obama Snow. Just kidding, he wasn't.
Oh, don't worry. We're all, everybody raise your glass of root beer as we're about to get this party started.
Raise your root beers high. And maybe we'll see a root beer float be made out of that Vanillites as we go in to game 1 of tonight's feature match. If I actually press spectate. Alright, as we
See what are these teams?
lock in, we've got some interesting brings on both sides.
The
yeah.
Floette isn't here.
The Floette Jackson has been benched this week to make room for the true carry of Abigale's team, motherfucking Stunfisk.
They benched LeBron for J.R. Smith. What are we doing?
Meanwhile, we got some pretty boring stuff from Austin. I mean, look at this meta sheet: Masharna and Dragapult and Passimian. Come on, bro.
Azubane, more like Azu Slop.
Get
Get a load of this. Might as well just play Yard, Chomp, and all those friends.
Yeah, I am excited to see if it's going to be a special or physical or just full-on support Dragapult. I think it's an interesting bring, especially into a Mega Floette, but we'll have to find out shortly, apparently.
Yes, DJ. The Altaria is Mega Altaria.
That it is.
Pixelate.
All right, the
leads coming out.
Oh my gosh, are pledges in the game? No, they're not. But we do have Mega Blaziken potentially out in the field with Meowscarada versus that regular Kangaskhan and Musharna.
I'm not gonna lie, Craig. That's the first time I've seen Forewarn in a VGC match.
Forewarned. I actually have to say it, exact same. I've never been forewarned.
I've never been forewarned. I'm not gonna lie.
I am interested to see if this is going to be the classic Silk Scarf Fake Out Last Resort set coming out of the Kangaskhan from Austin. But, yep, here comes a Fake Out. Whoa, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7 HP! Oh! Musharna lives on 4%. Knocks off the Citrus Berry. The Life Orb, Meowscarada almost enough, but not quite there. Might have been a roll. He doesn't stop the Trick Room. And
he gets Trick Room up! Oh my god.
The Speed Boost actually hindering Abigale here, as a Trick Room wasn't stopped. However, there's a lot of room for potential shenanigans here, as Meowscarada is known to know so many different moves, including Trick Room and Ally Switch.
Now, we didn't see a Protein connect. Do we think it could be a Mustache Overgrowth set? Or do you think it's just...
we saw Life Orb, so it's definitely going to be that
right.
Overgrown, I think, because we didn't see the type change to exactly dark.
Also, do we think Mr. Austin Choi counts for the knockout there?
I think so, but the Sucker Punch comes out, able to pick up Musharna, not going for a status move and just picking up the kill.
May she rest in her dreams as much as she does.
And it is at last resort, so we do see that we are playing against that Silk Scarf to attack Kangaskhan. Very good, especially for Trick Room setups. But this is going to be a raw close combat. I believe it's going to pick up.
Good. Kane's not that bulky outside its Mega. Yeah, it's down.
And important to note, Jackson, she actually didn't Mega Evolve Blaziken, which means there's a chance Altaria is in the back, which does pretty well as a Mega under Trick Room.
Waiting her to spread her lovely fairy joy, pixelating her dust across Austin's field. We'll see what it says. Board got double sweep. The crab alert! Oh my goodness! There's no way.
What
Crab is here.
Absolutely
Not ready for crab.
phenomenal bring for Abigail's. Crabominable gets to come out under Trick Room set up by her opponent. And what we thought was a double Fastmon lead ends up, I'd say, fairly favored. Now we have to watch out for, of course, the Mega Scovillain, who is going to be able to potentially burn this Crabominable or just one-shot it. But we do get some crab time.
Do I wonder if Austin perchance even thought about calking for the physical part of crab? Oh, no Mega! Just raw.
Yeah, so that is just regular Abominable, but we do know that that is a Thunder Punch coming out, doing good chunk. We're trading that Blaziken obviously was always going to die this turn. And we do see the Overheat, so unfortunately I don't think Crabominable is going to survive that, but it is now -2 on that Scovillain.
True. It'll be permanently that way, so the only way it's getting that damage boost is through crits now.
So you gotta think it's probably that Mega Altaria in the back. However, there's a chance that it's Vanillites in the back. Oh no!
Of course.
Oh, what was I kidding? Of course it's gonna be Vanillites. I don't know how well Vanillites is gonna hold up in front of a Mega Scovillain with Overheat. Even at -2, it's still gonna chunk it quite a bit. Is this little ice cream going to get melted in the summer sun, or is it going to pull out the stops in these final turns of Trick Room? 2 remaining.
Yeah, we'll see if there's a reason why spicy ice cream shouldn't be a thing or not here. Oh, the Rage Powder!
Calling the Freeze Dry potentially. Liquidation does come out. Doing not quite half, actually. Pretty good, and did call the Freeze Dry, but takes that very well.
I was actually surprised by that play, considering Austin has a very commanding board state. I wonder if he's scouting for possible moves or sets that this little ice cream Siamese twin duo is going on.
Yeah, I think not a bad idea, especially if it is like happens to be a Choice Scarf Vanillix, then locking in Freeze Dry. This should keep it really safe. Hangs on there, and it does look like it's another Freeze Dry coming out. And with that, I think with the burn on top, that's probably going to do it. Unless
you can say that's the cherry on top of the ice cream.
Yeah. This ice cream going to go back in the freezer and try to figure out how to unthaw for game number 2 here. Unless we see a surprise no Aqua Jet into actual reveal that they can press Blizzard and it's a double Blizzard freeze. Oh, as Azumarill actually goes for the protect, they're playing for the burn out. Calls the freeze. And Overheat does connect, so we're going to have game number 2 here on our hand.
Yes, sir. And although that was a great game by both sides, that was a lost soft serve to Abigale. Hopefully she can whip up a new cone ready for the next game, locking in. Yeah,
I would have loved to see low-key even the Stunfisk perhaps as that last mon, but really just that Mega Altaria would have been great in the back there. Really would have.
I was so ready for the Mega Altaria. I was like, okay, surely she has to preserve her Mega Evolution. But no, it's just all ice cream. Oops, all cream.
Oops, all ice cream. Yeah, and like I don't blame her at all for not Mega Evolving the Blaziken in that matchup, because it really wouldn't have made a difference in the board states that it was present in. Crabominable revealing that kind of neat Thunder Punch tech. With, I believe it gets Iron Fist. Not quite enough damage to take on the Azumarill, unfortunately. If it would have dodged that Overheat, though, whew, would have been a different game.
Then different game, yeah. We saw it do about half to the Azumarill, so the Azumarill must not all be invested in attack like it usually is with the HP and attack. We'll probably see some defense investment too, probably teching for something physical side.
Yeah, Austin loves to bulk out his pieces, especially in draft. I am curious if that Meowscarada knockoff does have a chance to kill, or if that is always calced for Austin. As we're going to see the same leads from him come out, and it looks like we're going to have a mix-up here with the Altaria and Vanillites on lead. It's already a big difference in this match.
Yeah, this board state's looking bright and fluffy right now, as we have some very cute guys out there, as well as a giant mama. So we'll see if Austin goes back straight into the trick room, or if he's gonna spice it up. Maybe Musharna is gonna click more than just trick room this time, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we really are comfy maxing here today in this match. I do believe I like this position for Abigale because the Kangaskhan is forced to press fake out this turn or swap. So you know that one of your pieces gets to swing. I'm curious what kind of set this Altaria has, because it can learn a lot of different moves.
That's true. We'll see if it's truly like support, super offensive. It's really, I think it's really an underrated draft mon, especially with its Mega Evolution, considering it's a great stat pool too. So we're gonna see. And oh, the Will-O-Wisp, and she connects. She connects.
That burn connects. As Trick Room is set up.
Ooh.
Interesting to note, yet again, we are not Mega Evolving off rip here. The Abigale does have 2 Pokemon on her team that can potentially Mega Evolve, so we'll see if this is a choice for later or if she's going to rip it this turn.
Oh yes, my apologies, sir. I was looking real quick and I forgot it is normal Crabominable, not Mega Crabominable. So
that it is. As we do see the switch for Vanillites into the normal Crabominable, like you said, crabs out, people, crabs out. Oh, but what a call from Musharna. Whew.
Oh, and it tanks it pretty well too.
Oh, goes for the Hyper Voice. Did not go for the Mega. So just normal damage, and the last resort, even after the burn, is going to obviously pick up that Crabominable.
You could say he's feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. But hopefully Abigale can turn this around, and maybe have another Trick Room support piece in the back. Support this little bird that can hopefully fly away with the wind.
Kind of feels like she's playing with a Mega Blaziken in the back, if she didn't want to Mega that turn.
It's true.
But you never know. Yep, it is that Blaziken. Unfortunately, 2 fighting types kind of weak to this Musharna. A bit of a difficult board state to get around. But we'll see what happens this turn, as I think this turn is going to determine a lot of what happens for the rest of this set.
Sure, it's a very pivotal turn. I believe we have 3 turns of three turns of Trick Room left, so we'll see if Abigale leans into the Blaziken or the Altaria as the offensive mode of her team. Okay, so we did end up deciding to go with that Mega Altaria evolution. So we do get Pixelate now. Our Hyper Voice is now a Fairy type move that is boosted 1.2. And as the Psychic just comes out raw into the Blaziken, and it is just a one-shot. Unlike Crabominable, this thing cannot hang on. Another Mon goes down. The chicken mind melted.
Oh, and revealing Round as our voice move, single target. Don't hate that. How much does this last resort do? It's still going to do a decent chunk. 6-7 yet again. Start shaking your hands in the air. But we did see that Mega Altaria did move before Kangaskhan, so there's a chance for this little snow cone to be able to get some moves off.
Yeah, and even a freeze, just one freeze, can change the board state of this game, as there's 2 turns of Trick Room left, and even if it doesn't kill the Musharna, now there's an inept piece on the field, meaning it could be a 1v2, and you could really focus down those other pieces once this cane goes down, if it goes down. That
Psychic was a critical. I was saying it's going to do a lot of damage there, but we do decide to just go for Round yet again, and that does take out the Kangaskhan. And we're hoping for a freeze here. Come on, Snow Cone. If there's one thing. Oh, it reveals Round, funnily enough, as we get a second round. And now we're starting to see if we had one more turn, the Choice Scarf Round into the round by the Mega Altaria. What a beautiful game plan by Abigale. If we just had one more turn to get that play off, it would be so good, but there's still a Trick Room turn remaining.
Now, the thing is, if Austin did bring I was about to say, he should bring the Azumarill out, but if he didn't bring the Azumarill, if he had the Peppers, it actually might not be that bad. So if he finds a way to clear one of these guys, it'll make it a lot easier for a board endgame, especially with the bulk of Altaria.
Yeah, there could be like a roost or something for sure. I believe it gets many moves to stay alive for a long time. This would be the most beautiful moment to reveal that we are actually not Choice Scarf, but Protect is available in Vanillites. That would maybe be a huge momentum swing. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's the case as a Deagling comes out doing super effective damage to Altaria.
Good.
And Liquidation. Say goodbye.
Good.
Of course it's a crit. Of course Austin gets bailed by a crit.
Austin always getting bailed by the crit.
And around we
this
go.
Guy win a game properly. And all Abigale can do is just round away. She has to roundabout her way through this match. Hopefully this bird can carry her to the heaven.
Everyone point at Mushona and say nice. 69 HP as Azu goes for Protect. Is there a way to stop this second Trick Room coming up? We'll find out as the Hyper Voice does come out. Omega crit inbound. I'm calling it in.
We're calling it in. Cast or Curse.
Actually, did not work. I apologize for those Vanillites lovers. But we're going into 5 more turns of Trick Room. And I think this might be the last turn of the game.
Hey, play rough, can miss if Austin carries it. So maybe we'll see him get crit on the Musharna and miss 5 times. So
there's always an out.
There's always an out.
Oh man, the reveal of Vanillites having round was so great though. Like I was really excited about that. Just like imagine if they have the ability to go for that play outside of Trick Room.
Yeah.
Oh, lives on 2. Hang on, there's a chance.
Oh, hold on, there's a chance. There's a chance.
Austin correctly deciding to lock in good old Liquidation, make sure it hits, and that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. A 2-0 for the side of the whatever Austin's team name is that I'm spacing on at the moment.
It's the Town Azumarills.
That one. Congratulations to Austin. Good fought battle by Abigale. Fun to watch for all.
Very cool text. Maybe we can get a winner's interview?
Absolutely, I think we probably can. Just a moment to get us swapped on over.
Hopefully everybody enjoyed that set. Oh, here comes the choy. I actually had some bok choy today.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had with some salmon. It was really good.
It's week 2.
Oh no.
Oh no.
As, Abigale reveals that she also forgot to mega both Blaziken and Altaria in both games.
Turn. So, that happens. Too many options.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of them.
Yeah, there's too much. Hey, only so many can blame Ilka for their horrible interface.
True.
It's a universal game. So.
Once there he is.
There he is.
Hello.
It's the Azu of the hour.
Yeah, that's me. Oh boy, dude, I always get like so stressed playing these matches, and I know there's no stakes. Like I know we're all here just to have a good time, but like every time I sit down in front of the computer, I'm like, here's the room code. Like that like set of words just spikes my heart rate. Like there's nothing I can do about it. It just happens.
No, I definitely get that. It's the thrill of competition, no matter how goofy the prizes are or what the actual stakes are. It's always fun to just load into a game of Pokemon. And speaking about loading into a game of Pokemon, you loaded in with a Trick Room-oriented strategy against a Life Orb Meowscarada who was looking to get the KO and end the game on the spot. I gotta ask, first and foremost, did you calc for Life Orb knockoff?
I did not. I calced for Adamant Sash knockoff. I expected Sash to be on the Meowscarada and Life Orb not at all. So actually, I can give you the scoop right now. If the Meowscarada is Life Orb and Adamant, then it's a coin flip on my Musharna. And if she's Jolly, then I think that means if it's Jolly, then I always live. So I didn't calc for this specifically. It just happened to work out that way.
Sure.
I just was a lot of special defense on the Musharna. The thing that I couched for was Light of Ruin, which I think makes sense. And so it just happens that everything that I had left was good enough for Jolly Life Orb knockoff. Like, you know, what a nice coinky dinky that we all got to learn together.
Little coinky dinky for you. Yeah. Go ahead, Jackson.
Oh, sorry. Did it scare you not seeing the Floette
Mhm.
across?
No, I was so relieved. That's like, dude, I like, you know, I only have the one fairy resist with the Scovillain, so of course the Scovillain has to come to the matchup, and so not seeing the like literally everything that I had on my team was prepped for Floette. I had Gunk Shot on the Pessimian, I had Steel Wing on the Dragapult, I had like I was calm max Spadef on the Scovillain because that's all that I have for it. Like literally everything in my mind was Floette. And so like on one hand, I guess you can say like they didn't bring the scary mon, so it's like all that prep went to waste. But I think like the disparity between Floette's power level and kind of the power level of the rest of the team is so stark that even if I prep for the Floette explicitly and then it doesn't come to the matchup, I think like my team is like strong enough in fundamentals that I'll be able to handle whatever else comes.
Yeah, no, we were all surprised to not see the Mega Floette, but like you said, kind of a like double-edged sword of fully prepping in on this mon that is the strongest mon in the format.
Right.
And then like it almost worked out for Abigale, as we saw. If you would have been in pretty dire straits if a few different things happened, especially in that game 1 where Trick Room gets up, you don't see the Mega Evolution on the Blaziken, and we're thinking, wow, is there a Mega Altaria in the back, which can take very good use of this Trick Room? What were your thoughts during like that mid game of game 1?
Right. So I get Trick Room up. Obviously, I want Trick Room up. The speed tier. So the 6 that I thought were gonna come were the 5 that she brought, and then Floette instead of Altaria. So I hadn't thought about Altaria at all, like considered its speed tier at all. So we saw in game 2 that it was outspeeding my Kangaskhan and Trick Room, so it's slower than the Kangaskhan, and that proved to be maybe like not like game breaking, but it's something that I had to think about that I hadn't thought about before. As for like the mid game of game 1 specifically, I did kind of go back and forth on my targeting with the Kangaskhan, because I knew that Sucker Punch from Meowscarada like was a possibility, and that would take out the Musharna. So it's like, do I want to preserve my Kangaskhan by going Last Resort into the Blaziken, and then that leaves the Meowscarada on the field, or do I want to go the other way around, hit the Meowscarada, and then that risks the double KO, which did happen. I figured that I would have Azumarill Scovillain in the back. I'd rather have the Blaziken still on the field than the Meowscarada still on the field. The Meowscarada still does drop to Play Rough, but that's only 90 AC, and I think you could probably tell once in games 1 and 2, once the boards kind of like resolve themselves somewhat, like I just like stopped clicking inaccurate moves. Like it's just like I went for Liquidation to KO the Altaria instead of Play Rough, and like, so I really just don't want to risk anything. And I think Azu was going to clean up the Blaziken better, like more reliably than it would clean up the Meowscarada. And so that's why I was fine letting the double KO happen, since I figured that Azu plus Scovillain back would be able to take care of Blaziken on the field, even if the double KO happened.
No, I think you accurately just figured out what you needed to do to get that end game cleaned up with having that Azu piece in the back against what you saw. Were you afraid at all? Did you know the calc of Thunder Punch coming out of Vermillion into your Azumarill?
Yeah, I did. I knew that it would never be able to KO. This is like one of the things that, because like I think my Azu was actually Rindo Berry. I started off as just the Belly Drum set with Citrus, but I think what turned me off of it was specifically that Vanillites, even with no bulk, can live a +6 Aqua Jet. So it's like, you know, and there's the Meowscarada, and then the Floette, like depending on the investment, if it's just max HP, it will drop to +6 Aqua Jet. If it's any amount of bulk more than that, it can live, and that gets to be a little scary. So I figured that I would go Rindo on the Azu, give the Citrus back to the Musharna, and because obviously the Azu will drop to Flower Trick, it won't drop to the Crab Thunder Punch. So I'm okay letting it take the Thunder Punch and seeing whatever happens there. So, you know, it came out, and I was like, I'd rather it didn't, but I think Azu's like bulky enough naturally that I wasn't too concerned about it in that specific endgame.
Of course, you heard it here from the Azu Master himself. A couple more questions before you go.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask you: are you actually the devil?
No, who asked this? What? Who?
Yeah, you have a fun
Hearing
thing.
your cheat sheet.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the information I was given by some of your peers. It's a peer-reviewed piece, so I'm
Oh,
sure it.
Right.
I see. Okay, I just pulled up the Twitch stream. I didn't have it open. I see it now. I'll have some choice. I mean, this person, I think, I know where they live. So, yeah, I think they should be a
Oh.
little bit more careful about what they put out there. I'm just saying.
It's not a threat. It's a promise.
Austin knows where everybody lives, so watch what you say to him.
That's true.
You're gonna get doxxed.
Every single one.
All right. My second to last question for you, Austin, then would be:
Yep.
we didn't really get to see it in fruition because you had that Trick Room mode, but did you expect to see Round come out of the Vanillites in this set?
No, not at all. I was just worried about like Blizzard spam or
Sure.
maybe Aurora Veil or something like that. But Round, I thought like, even maybe once I saw the Altaria, I should have connected the dots somewhat. But I didn't think about it until I saw it happen in game 2. But I did talk to Abigale after the match. She did say it was Scarf Vanillux. So you can Scarf, get the Round off, and then the Altaria can get your boosted, like pixelate boosted round. And I think it just so happened that because I was planning to lean into Trick Room so heavily, that it kind of flips that speed order, and then it doesn't really work out. So I think incidentally, I wasn't planning for Round specifically, but it just happened that the Round strategy got caught in the crossfire of my Trick Room planning. But it was very, very cool to see. I think I'd be curious to see how much Round does into certain pieces. Maybe if Abigail decides to bring it back later in the season, and she gets to pull it off. I'm kind of curious to see how well that pops off, because it is very funny, and I think it's fun to see strategies like that you can only really see in draft.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those things where you spend your time during team prep going over what every move Pokemon can learn and try to think of some strats, but you really glaze over some of the 0.01% usage moves, and I think
Right.
Round on Vanillux is definitely one of those.
Yeah.
Well, Austin, as a win in the books, you are now, I believe, the first 2-0 player in the entire league. How do you feel about your draft coming into week 3? I mean, we got a long way until week 3, to be honest. But
Yeah.
but more so, how do you feel about the competition? You've seen it. You got to see everyone play at least once so far, for the most part.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about your chances of making playoffs at this point in the season?
So it's top 8. Right? I haven't really done the math on what record I would need. I assume like 5-3, like some of them. Like 5-3 is like iffy. Maybe 6-2 is probably good enough to guarantee it. I don't know where it ends up lying. But I think the way that my draft plays out, it feels a lot like my draft from last year, actually, which is Azu supported by a fire grass type. And then the rest of the team is just like very heavily physical. Like that's just kind of my draft last year was also somewhat like that. So in a sense, it's like a little bit comfortable. I actually have not looked that much at my future schedule. I know that I'm playing Patchy next week, and of course that's actually a run back. I played him in week 2 of last season, so week 3 of this season is basically just we're mirroring it. So that'll be a fun matchup. I'm scared of his Raichu. I don't think immediately like I have something super obvious for it, so I'll have to play around somewhat too. But I think the team, like kind of like I mentioned earlier, the fundamentals of the team are strong enough that I don't think I needed to pull out anything like super wacky to win like last week or this week. I kind of got to go with sets that are kind of standard for these Pokemon, or at least like they're standard by draft standards. And so I think they're just strong enough that I can keep doing that, and then hopefully cruise out to like hopefully 6-2. Anything better would be great too.
Sounds good. Well, with a 2-0 start, I think you're well on your way to establishing that. Congratulations once again, Austin, for getting that win. And congratulations to the viewers for getting a chance to witness that feature match.
I'm glad that I got to put on a show.
That you did. Even if we maybe casted like you were the villain the whole time. But we'll talk about that at a later time. No, don't worry about it anyways. That's about all our time. We got to wrap up now. Jackson, any final words to send us off?
Whoa. Okay. Well, I'll be back. I guess that's all I got.
Fair enough. Well, for myself, Austin, and Jackson, take us away.
Guys, it's with a great heart. I thank you guys for watching tonight, and we'll see you guys next time.
I can't find the ending stream. That's cringe.
Awkward.